Alright, there we go, guys. Just poured some water, good to go. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic, Tuesday evening. My nose got a little stuffy all of a sudden. Went outside and got a wave of pollen or something. Some allergies are acting up right now. But I can get through this stream, so we should be fine from there. But we'll wait for a couple people to kind of trickle in here. Starting in a few days here, I'm actually going to have a video that plays before the actual stream starts. So that means that, there might be a countdown timer or something like that before I go live. That way more people can kind of filter in here. That way they don't have to wait for the YouTube notifications and all that good stuff. That way when I am on here, we'll just kind of start with everything and I can get, to your guys' questions fast. We'll talk about the news of the day, crypto, all of that good stuff. And anything in particular that I'm watching quite closely. There we go, though. That's fine right there. Hey, Relaxed Ingrid. Hey, Crypto Hash. Hope you guys are both having a good day. Also, for you guys, well, I'll wait for more people to pop in here as well. But, man, I don't know what type of allergies I just got hit with, but, my eyes got scratchy, my throat got scratchy real fast. Let me hop off of that for now. How many people are watching right now? Just 20. Yeah, that's fine for now. So far, guys, people can just rewind it later on. So far, what we have going on is still, to this day, we are having a little bit of trouble with this 200 daily moving average. It's, we've tried to break out above it for 2 days in a row here. Today, we're down just a little bit, but doesn't mean we can't have just a little bit of a wick and then try to pop back up. What we're really hoping for, if you guys are watching this day by day, like if you want us to break out today, we really don't want to break down below the lows of yesterday. We want to keep this little bit of a higher lows going here. Excuse me. That's really the main goal for today. Now, if you wanted to use a support level, if you guys are looking to day trade or looking to buy in right now, 46,979, excuse me. That's really where you don't want Bitcoin to fall, because if it falls down there today, you might have a little bit more of a consolidation period. That might mean that it takes a little bit later in the week for us to actually break out above the 200 and then start surging all the way up here to our next level of resistance, which is about a little over $52,000. We talked about this in the stream this morning, or and the video I published for you guys this morning, and that's really the big news going forward from here. Now, according to the Bitcoin stream, Bitcoin chart here, we also do have a trend line we do not want to break down below. You know what? Let me see if I can give you that good percentage here. In the last 16 days, Bitcoin's gone up 26%. Looks pretty nice. But we want to stay above this trend line. If we do break down below it, we may actually come all the way back down here to sub 46,000, sub that breakout level. It won't be catastrophic or anything like that. We'll just have to consolidate a little bit more before making a larger surge above the 200 daily moving average. But you may see people start to take some profits off, especially for those people that bought down here, like the nibbles like I did. I've only scaled out 5% of my positions that I bought down here, like the small nibbles I'm talking about. And I don't really plan on scaling anything else out until we at least hit 52,000. I'm probably going to sell about 5 to 10% of my investments. But right now, we're just looking to consolidate for a little bit longer and hopefully make a move up sometime this week above the 200. If you guys look over the past few, maybe the weekly chart might be better for this one. Maybe. No, it should be fine now. But historically, April is a really good month. We might just need to take a little bit more of a dip in here before we actually break out on the weekly candle. And it's okay that it may take a little bit more time. If I delete all the drawings on here and move this over to the weekly chart, and then I actually add a 200 daily moving average here, we have 4 days and 23 hours left. It's not inconceivable that we have a nice surge, but just later on in the week. And that way this next weekly candle will take us all the way back up here towards 52,000. That's kind of the goal for it now. On the flip side here, we are in between a great many moving averages. So even though we've just broken out, there still is a small chance that we do have a larger move back down, because we're going to have to be able to break down below these moving averages again. It doesn't look like that's really going to happen, but if it does, you just know if we start breaking down, it will be a larger move down here. But as far as I've seen, some of you guys may, I haven't heard that too many people are over leveraged. Usually what causes those larger moves as far as Bitcoin's concerned is when you see that some of the whales have just bought way too much crypto. So when they do start to lose money, they're forced to sell their shares, which accelerates the downtrend. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, if I go over here, maybe just the hour chart. Here's the hour chart. Here's the 200 daily moving average. That's our resistance at the moment. What we don't want to break down below is right here. Excuse me. Oh gosh, I totally forgot. This is pollen season. I'm allergic to a lot of stuff in the springtime. So right now we're just kind of using this level as a support. There's one that's a little bit more reliable if you wanted to go all the way down here to 46.770. I just think if we actually do break down below this one, we're already going to go down below this as well, just because of the daily chart and how we want to keep these higher lows moving on for us. There we go. It's okay as long as we consolidate in here. Maybe you guys want to take a nibble at 46,867 or so, but we want to consolidate for a little bit longer, then eventually be able to break above, that line right there. All right. Back to this one. 15-minute chart probably good enough for this one right there. Yeah. And then as far as Ethereum is concerned here, guys, Ethereum is also at its 200 daily moving average. So you're going to see the majority of crypto here looking a little bit, wonky as we kind of test this out. Something to be aware of here. If you go over to the 4-hour chart, we have this trend line here that I placed up, right? We're fairly close to breaking down from it, so I'm a little bit concerned about it. I'm hoping that if for some reason we do manage to break down from this, but we don't really have another trend line support level for a minute. It'd be way over here, and I don't think that's going to be a good one. Yeah, but we might just need to consolidate a little bit more before breaking out above that 200 daily moving average. Not more than a few more days, but just in case we do start to get rejected by the 200 and come down for just a little bit, that might be a good buying opportunity for some of you guys that didn't buy at 46,000, or take those smaller nibbles that we've been taking over the past few months. Wish I bought more now that now in hindsight, but it's always hindsight. There we go. Oh, I did something I wasn't supposed to, did I? That's fine. There. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let me pop this back on. Oh, that's why it was a different Bitcoin chart. Oh, it still matters. Still matters. Oh, there we go. Hey, Far from Broke. Happy to see you back, guys. Hey, Manny. Happy to see you. Excuse me. Hey, RW, Justin, Wonderspace. What are the chances that Bitcoin can crush from here? My vocabulary is not very modern. Explain what crush means. Did you mean crash, or you mean crush, like we're gonna crush the bears or something? Well, let me make sure you didn't clarify. There's a good chance we break over the 200 daily moving average and try to soar up to the mid $50,000 range. The only thing stopping us right now is the 200 daily moving average. Right? Now, as far as those more bearish things that we may be looking at right now, they seem to be mostly just the death cross on the weekly chart. That still is concern to me. On the other hand, there is some news out of India that India is going to try to some out there Indian parliamentarians that they may try to tax crypto more than 30% or something wild like that. But as far as everything else, I think we're pretty fine on the news front. So as long as retail traders want to buy in here a little bit, there is an opportunity for us to make it back up towards at least 52,000, hopefully 55,000 after that, then starting a little bit more of a pullback here. But it's okay for Bitcoin to come down a little bit. Remember, in the last week, Bitcoin is up like 20%. It could pull back a little bit, and we could still be okay with that. It did look a little bit organic, so that is to be worried about. But overall, the whales seem to have bought in, so we're gonna have to just trust that they made the right choice, and we're just gonna have to carry along for our ride. And then if you guys want to, short at certain positions, if we start breaking down from some parts while holding your longs, you can definitely do that as well. See, and hey Hota, are we in a big bear flag on Bitcoin? I'm kind of biased about that. Don't worry, there's a lot of people that like Bitcoin to go one way or another. I wouldn't say it's a bearish flag because we did just break out above the 20-week moving average, so we're kind of a semi back in a bull market, if you ask me. But the technicals are looking brighter. There still are some mixed signals, you know, from the death crosses we're talking about. At the same time, the world events still concern me a little bit more. But I think for now, Bitcoin's in a little bit more of a stable position. I'd be okay with Bitcoin even if it fell back down to like $44,000 or something like that, or if it went up all the way to 55,000. That's kind of my sweet spot zone right now. If we fall down below those type of levels, I'm like, okay, well, something's going on here that, you know, this breakout really wasn't meant to be. But we talked about this, I think, last week, because this is like, if Bitcoin were to fall down from here and start going back down to like the lower 30,000 or even the mid 20s, that'd be the worst case scenario, because you probably just saw a whole bunch of retail traders just flood in there over the past couple days, right? And majority of those retail traders do not have stop losses, so they just may wake up one morning and just get shellacked. So that's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. But for now, all I see is a little bit of a cool down as we approach the 200 daily moving average and we look to break out above it. It's kind of like what we talked about yesterday. This is really that last moving average that we have to worry about, and that's why it's so tough. But that's also why I use the simple moving averages a lot more than the EMAs, the exponential moving averages, and the DMAs and the TMAs, right? It's just because you can use other ones, but a lot of times, you know, that one's the really sturdy one, the old guy, if you will. The older, you know, old, strong, tried and true tutorials. I gotta chug water. I don't know what the heck I got allergic to. So we talked about this. Yesterday. I'm gonna get some more antibiotics, I swear. Right. We've already broken above the triple exponential moving average, the double exponential moving average. All were levels of resistance. Resistance right there. Resistance right there before we popped. And then right here, the exponential resistance before we eventually popped. This one right here, we're having a little bit more trouble with. We might need to consolidate a little bit more. Or if we're able to really hold and not go too much further down from here, we have an opportunity for later on today to have that rally. All right. But yeah, right now, as far as this little, wouldn't call it a flag just yet. Might need tomorrow or the day after to kind of confirm that. But yeah, if we start breaking down below this low right here on this candle, let me just zoom in a little bit closer. That's where you might start saying, uh-oh, we might be coming back down to like $46,000 and maybe consolidate for a little bit, and then, you know, in a few days, 4 or 5 days, then we start making that stronger move above the 200 daily moving average. Okay. So now we've got enough people on the stream watching. So if you guys I'm just gonna do this for you guys because where's this stream at? Okay, well, hold on a second here. So if you guys go down and scroll down from here, whether you're on your phone or your computer, I'd prefer if you guys were on your phone. It just makes your computer, it makes it a lot easier. You guys will see free trading journal to edit, make a copy, and then guide to trading journal right here. So if you open up this this document right here, docs.google, it'll be like a guide to how to use the trading journal, or a simple one, and pretty much it just gives you a little bit of tips, a little bit of explanation of what it's meant for. It'll tell you to only enter data into these columns. Only enter data into these columns. Don't mess around with stuff, okay? This thing is really weird. I'm not used to formulas, so when I did stuff I'm not supposed to, it actually messed stuff up. So listen to that part. You guys can reset it every month if you wanted to, just like by rolling up the columns and deleting everything. Or what I do is, you know, I just have a separate copy and I make another copy of that every month, and that way I have a month-to-month picture of how much money I'm making, what capital gains taxes, and how profitable I was for each pattern, so I can see improvement or, you know, not improvement. Right? So that's what I recommend you guys do. Just make a few copies of it, and then like one's just your standard copy that you make every month, so you can keep on adding more and more data to it. And you can name it like, you know, April 2021 crypto day trading, April 2022 crypto day trading, or April 2022 crypto swing trading, because you want to have those separated out here. And then it'll tell you how to use the data, like, you know, after 20 to 30 data sets and then 20 to 30 trades, then you're going to be able to, you know, start seeing some like actual data that's gonna be useful, you don't want to use it after 5 or 6 trades. You want to have a good amount of data in there, that way you can see like the trades you're more likely to use. Now, a lot of you guys, a lot of setups usually look like ascending triangles or, you know, head and shoulders, stuff like that. You're going to see a pattern out of those, but, you know, just make sure you know how to trade them properly. I like to say if you can make 60% profitable trades, you should be good to trade that pattern. Below that, stick to practicing, okay? And 60% is being kind of generous here, but I know you guys still want to trade and make money, so I'm trusting you guys to just, you know, understand your limits there. Updates. So starting in May, I will be updating this for you, so you guys will get a new fresh blank chart to use, and by that I mean it's look exactly the same for the most part. There's just gonna be more data in there, more things for you to enter in, more. It's gonna read your data a little bit differently and give you more explanations behind all the data. So more charts, basically, and not too many more points for you to actually enter in, like the stop losses and stuff. And then the bottom right said, don't beat yourself up. When you really see how good you are as a trader, you may feel a little like bummed out, and don't worry, at least you know where you kind of stand. Now you can focus on improving. All right, so that's that one right there. I see a couple of you guys looking at it right now. And then after that, above that, it says free trading journal. You should open this up. And for me, it's not gonna give me a message or anything, but for you guys, it'll say like you can only see or something like that. All you have to do is go to file, then make a copy, and it should work out for you guys. If it doesn't, let me know, and I will try my best to figure it out. But it might take until tomorrow if I'm having a problem with you guys not being able to make a copy of it. All right. But that should be it, because you guys shouldn't be able to make any changes here. Buy date, sell date, ticker, all that's fine. Number of shares, leverage, price target, right? If you guys are using no leverage, push 1, okay? If you guys are using no leverage, push 1. Okie dokie, there we go. I'm not going to mess around with it for a while, because this one right here, I'm going to make a copy of it myself, because this every time you guys click on the trading journal, this is the one you guys are going to see until you make a copy. So I don't want you guys to be copying all types of random data and have to empty it out yourself. That'd be a little messed up there. But yeah, so take a little bit of a look around it after the stream. I'm only going to be streaming until like 7 o'clock tonight, so for about 45 more minutes, because for some reason I got a whole bunch of allergies hit me at the same time, and I have really bad allergies ever since I was a kid. So I'm taking it really easy right now as far as how much talking and how much I use my eyes, believe it or not. But yeah, so take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. After a couple weeks, I'm either going to charge $10 for it, or I'll make it a welcome gift for a newsletter that I'm going to start putting out here weekly, where I tell you guys what are my watches for the week as far as potential breakouts or breakdowns, and any big news that I see as far as crypto in the world. So it'll be kind of an options crypto little, you know, newsletter that I should give to you guys every week, or maybe twice a week if I see that there's more news out there or something like really big happen. All right. Excuse me. Hey Ken, what's that here? What you think about Jasmine with Japan regulations going into effect April 1st? Has Jasmine done anything after the big move? It's been going down here. So Jasmine broke down. I wouldn't really be trading it all too much until it makes contact with the 20-day moving average, and then from there you might be able to find a single bounce, and that's what I'd really be looking for. That bounce is what I would trade, and if you manage to buy it around 0.032, and if you could sell it a little bit further up here, like let me go right up here, back up to this resistance, that might make you about 15-20% profit if you wanted to try that. It's going to be worth buying the bounce, just the first bounce of the 20-day moving average. After that, you might hit some more hiccups where it wants to go back down below 3. Be careful of this, because it did have a big pop. The longer it kind of consolidates like this, the less chance for a double top neckline breakdown, right? But keep a close stop loss if you do buy on the 20-day moving average. If it falls down below that stop loss, you know, you want to be careful and sell it, because it may take you all the way back down here to 3 cents, then maybe a little bit below that as well. But so far it looks like a little bit more bearish than other coins out there. Bitcoin still looks pretty bullish. Jasmine broke down, it's consolidating. Wait to see what happens as it approaches that 20-day moving average. There we go. Let's see. Hey, crypto, don't we have a massive bear flag on the daily chart from all the time highs in the current price? That would take us to the high 20s. We have a flag. I won't call it bearish yet, just because a lot of what we've been seeing over the past few weeks, and this is, you know, kind of like the humbling experience of trading, right? A lot of these bearish patterns haven't been producing bearish outcomes because of what the whales have been able to do here. We should have broken down. Well, from a technical standpoint, we should have broken down, but I'm pretty happy we didn't, right? That death cross, though, still means that we could still go into the 20,000s range. More mid-high 20,000s, not really the low 20,000s anymore because of the way the 200 daily weekly moving averages, or the 200 weekly moving average is creeping up here. But yeah, there is still some reason to be concerned about where Bitcoin's going. However, you know, I'm going to wait to see what key levels we break down before any of that happens. So right now, as far as, you know, before I start getting anywhere near worried about Bitcoin potentially having a big move down, right? Something like that, I showed you, well, I'll just actually go back over here because these ones are going to be like easier. All right. I'm looking at two particular trend lines here. Now, we got this one right here. This isn't even the one I'm talking about. This one's really the trend line that I'm watching. There's one that's a little bit more aggressive here, and I'm okay if we break down below that one because I think it'll just be, you know, a little bit of consolidation going forward, then try to make another move up. But if we were able to break down below this one, that's when I would start saying, you know, we might have a little bit more of a pullback where now I got to worry about, you know, coming back down here. But not really just yet. I mean, if we were to break down from this for a while, you know, that's about like 29 days, end of April. That means going into, April, May. May was a bad month last year. Maybe that could be a bad month this year where we have a little bit more of a pump going on for April. And then you start seeing May, we start breaking down from here. And then maybe May's pullback brings us all the way back down to where we are kind of now, or maybe a little bit less. You know, we'll see what happens. Because if I add on the weekly moving averages, I think I can do that. No, let's not do it on this one. Now there's gonna be a red line that pops up. That's the 200 daily. The 200 weekly is down here. Okay, so 200 daily is being popped up here. The heck is that? No, we want a daily 200. All right. There you go. All right. So if you look at this closely, the 200 is still going to be coming down here a little bit. We're going to get squeezed between these moving averages. So we're either going to have a nice pop or a nice drop. Since we did just break out, I'm more inclined to say, hey, we're going to have a nicer pop, right? But either way we go here, it's going to be a lot of volatility. I'm just banking on us going on the upside here because we did have a nice surge. We're looking okay. People are like social media, all the hype train that's on social media is like, we're back, let's go, let's buy, so forth. And I think that's what everybody's waiting for at the moment. I think retail traders have been a little bit slow getting into the game. I've seen, I mean, the retail traders hopping in, but I think more retail traders are kind of doing the slow, smart game of just buying some here and there, buying some here and there, and scaling off when they feel like they've had enough profits, which is a good thing, right? But you're not seeing as much dumb money pump into the market like what you saw with the Dogecoin, AMC, GameStop rallies, where you get all these new investors that have no idea how to trade. You're not going to see that type of dumb money flow into crypto just yet. Usually dumb money creeps in here above like the $50,000 range after the good buying opportunities have been taken up, right? Because really anything under the 200 right here is still a good buying opportunity if you're looking to swing crypto. There are still people, there are still bulls who are more conservative than I am who are that are just waiting for us to break out above the 200 before they buy and pump it up even more. All right, so it really depends on which way you're looking here. You can almost think about the 4 stages we talked about with the SMA, exponential moving averages, DEMA, and the TEMAs. If I just like zoom out very fast and go here, some are more bullish than others. I think that most of you guys who are not as conservative as me, I think a lot of you guys would be more inclined to follow the 200 on the exponential moving average. You guys might have wanted to do the one right here on the DEMA, but I think most of you guys would probably be using the exponential moving averages because the standard one up here, or the simple one, it works, but a lot of times, there's people like making more money, so they don't tend to wait as long up here like a lot more conservative ones, right? I started buying back in at 46,000. I've already scaled out 5% of my position there because we ran into the first level of resistance. And after that, if we break out above this, I'll even scale it even more at 52,000, like 500 level, where this is right here, 52,000, like 200 or something like that. Okay, so definitely manage your portfolio accordingly, I guess you would say, right? But by no means am I saying we're going like, you know, major crash incoming or something like that. If you look for today on the daily charts, we're running into the 20 TEMA, so the triple exponential moving average. That's what we're currently running into today. You can see it really hasn't made too much of an impact on the price. So you can see all that, right? All that all over the place. It doesn't really do as much, right? But right now, you know, it still is a moving average, and that level of that moving average is at 47,082, 47,082.24. And it's fluctuating between that and 47,086 or so. So it's, you know, it's a moving average because remember how moving averages work. A simple moving average, equal weight between all 200 candles on a 200 daily moving average chart, or in this case, all 20 candles. Exponential, a little bit more weight to the ones in the front of the 20. DEMA, a little bit more than that, and then the TEMA way more than that. So that's why you're seeing this one move quite a bit. This one right here on the Bitcoin, the DEMA, 45,684, and then the exponential moving average, it's all the way at 43,534. So that's not really too much of a concern right now. But if you guys were looking for a reason to short this, like as a day trade, I would just say, hey, whenever this breaks down out of this higher low pattern, that's when you would want to be opening up a short there, and then it'd be a shorter term short, but I might make you guys some money off of it. Hey Jay, alright, I'm gonna have to move up my thing very fast. You're talking about CHZ? See, this broke out above the 200 here. Almost had a chance to do it yesterday. So as far as this is concerned, be careful. This run is going to end sometime this week. The magnet back up here, though. Yeah, that's the resistance level we need to worry about. Anything I need to know up here? Maybe, might be worth it. Anything? That breakout happened there. That was a nice breakout. All right. As far as this is concerned, be careful. I don't know if it's actually going to break out above 32.52 as far as 32 cents, 0.3252, right? That's going to be a major level of resistance right now. And in order to get to that, you have to make about another 8-9% profits. I would have a stop loss probably at the 200 daily moving average here, which would, from this current price, would be about 1.5% stop loss there. As long as it stays above this, you should be fine. But remember, when this starts breaking down below this moving average, it's going to be a pretty big move, and it'll be because Bitcoin did something pretty bearish. Okay, so far this has been performing fine. Look at the 15. You just saw that surge we went through yesterday. Whoosh, coming back down a little bit, still consolidating. I can see us trying to break out above that going forward, and then maybe you know, that'd be the sign to keep on that'd be the sign to keep on holding your position. But be careful, because if we do start breaking down, you know, that's where you're going to see a larger move like this, where it doesn't look like that much, but it fell down about 10% just to what, a couple hours. So it'll actually give us some more time. Realistically, you know, if it can get back above the 32.52, maybe it can get up to 35-37 cents. But by then, I'd probably be 90 to 80% out of my entire position on CHD, looking for another buy-in price down the road, or you know, and leaving that last 10% in to see what happens. But I'm pretty cautious as I trade this type of stuff, right? Especially when it's going against Bitcoin. What I did with Apecoin here, so what I did with Apecoin, for those of you guys that were here that watched me buy it the other day, there was a double bottom here. Now this is a 15-minute chart, so it's not the daily chart, but bear with me. Bottom neckline. When it breaks above the neckline, you want to buy. Now I bought it a little bit below that just because I was live doing a live stream with you guys, and I was like, oh, this is definitely gonna go up eventually, right? And so I ignored my normal philosophy, and I was like, because I'm live, I'll just buy some for you guys so you guys can see this kind of workout over time. And then I told you guys I'm either going to sell this at $10, which is right around here, or I'll sell at $15. I'm not going to sell it anywhere between first. And what would happen? It broke out, so that kind of confirmed my thing. We're going to move up above it. We broke down. We consolidated for a little bit, managed to get back up above it, moved up to 1268, came up a little bit more, broke out again, consolidated. Then we made it all the way up here to $14 before breaking down. Let's see this. Well, basically, you guys can see a trend line right here. There you go. It broke down. I thought about selling it, but I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter because I only put like a few $100 into it. Like 220 bucks, something like that, I think it was. And so I was like, okay, it's fine. We'll let it consolidate. Because normally, as an investor, I'd actually be selling at that specific point right there because that's what my my rules say. Consolidated, ended up coming back up here, did fine. Flag broke out, and then it moved all the way up here to 1554. And I sold right around here, like, you know, 1520 or so. Mostly because it took me a little bit of time to actually get to my my computer to sell the position out. Excuse me. And then, you know, I sold it at, let's just say, call it $15, even though it was a little bit more, just call it $15. Now the price currently is $13.50. And since that $15, the price is down 10%, right? But you're going to see a lot of people that still have stop losses still around these areas, and they were just hoping for more profits, but they're okay with taking that risk because they scaled out maybe a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and now that, you know, that final stop loss really did trigger right on this area. Or maybe even over here, depending on, you know, how serious they were, or aggressive they were. So I'd say that. But I haven't seen any real breakdown so far from this on the Bitcoin chart. We're still about a day away from any major ones. It would either happen during tomorrow's day candle or the day candle after that. Yeah, Alex, yeah, let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go through the members' questions first, and then I'll go to everybody else's. TR and Ethereum Classic. It still looks fine to me. I'm a little bit concerned because Bitcoin may take a little bit more of a dip here as it looks to consolidate to break above the 200 moving average. So, depending on where you bought, you might only have like 50% if you manage to scale out. So, I mean, whether you bought there, nah. Whether you bought here, you looks like you scaled out some of the Fibonacci level. Holding a little bit now. This is a little bit more volatile than normal, so I might give it a little bit more generous stop loss. I might give this a stop loss of like $42 or $44, which is pretty generous. Like that means like a 16% stop loss, excuse me. If you wanted to stop loss is a little bit nicer than that, you could go to $45, which is about 10% stop loss. But I'd be looking for this over the next few days to try to reach back up here to about $60 or so for another nice run. So far, this is pretty nice. And there's a nice factor to this as well, that it is on Robinhood. So if people like really spike this up on Robinhood, there's a big push for it. You will see Ethereum Classic have a nice move, you know, like a round two, so to speak, of what we've been seeing so far. And I would really enjoy seeing that. On the weekly chart here, we just broke above the 50. Oh, sorry, Loki's looking. We just broke above the 50-week moving average here. That looks absolutely amazing. And I'm hoping that because we broke above that, that's going to be another catalyst to bring us back up here towards the $60 level. So I still like this a lot. Just make sure to take your profits eventually. You don't have to take your profits now. You don't have to, you know, just whenever you feel like you need to take some profits, just make sure to take some off there. But I'm happy with it right now. It blasted through this. Again, you know, 1 week of testing it out, next week, boom. Fine. This still has a little bit more room to run up this week. After this week, Who knows? But right now, it's looking pretty strong, and the fact that it is on Robinhood does give me some comfort. When you see coins like this on Robinhood, you see some really massive moves, and I think that's why you saw this right here during this. This was just a 1 week run. During 1 week during altcoin season, this ran from, ran about 311%. I'm not saying you're going to see that same type of move, but you could still get another 20-30% out of this by just holding on a little bit longer. Oh, what's right here? There you go. Hey, Ghost. What's right here? Alright, there we go. Alright, I'll turn the music down just a little bit for you. What's right there? Hey, Amon, you gotta give me the ticker for the coins or the stock. I don't go off of the names because there's too many things. Hey, Nasser, Bored Apes coin. Let me see if that's what it works in here. Bored Apes coin. Okay, it's not on here, so I have to look on trading coin market cap. There we go. Okay, it's not on coin market cap, so it might be the wrong ticker, but let me know if you find it. What's right here? Hey, Justin, I'm glad you got the journal, guys. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna start charging for it to put it in a newsletter eventually, so I would take advantage of it while you can. I've been looking for one that I could just give you guys for free, but I couldn't find one that was good, so I was like, I'll just make one for you guys. But I tried to get one for free first before that I could just give to you guys. But I invested some money into this one, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm going to be using it as well. Let's see. Hey, Patrick, I can't do that because it takes too much time, but I can do a little bit of analysis on CIDM. Let me see right here. Penny stock. Let's see. This is a high risk play, same as like gambling at the casino. You know my feelings about penny stocks. Not a bad play right now. It's up about 6%. If you wanted to trade this, two things. I'd prefer day trading this over swing trading this. But if you wanted to swing trade this, I still think it's a good opportunity to buy into it right now at 73 cents. And I might have a stop loss somewhere around either 60 cents or 50 cents. Pretty decent stop loss because these are pretty volatile moves, so you're gonna have to be willing to make a bunch of money or lose a bunch of money to make some good profit off of this play, right? Let me go over here to the 4-hour chart very fast. Why are they acting like there's only 4 hours during the day? 15? Something's off about this chart. That's fine. I think it'd be okay to make some money off of this. Again, just be careful. This is a very high risk play. You are looking closer and closer to having a golden cross over the next few days and the next few weeks, and that's really going to be a good catalyst to try to drive this thing back up. And if you bought right now, I still think you'd be able to make some money on that down the road here. And when's the last time you had a golden cross? Really, right here. That led to a nice strong move. Golden cross right here led to a stronger move. Cross right here. Strong move, but it took a little bit of time. Of course, I made a death cross there. Golden cross. No, that's not a good example, though. Right there. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I would see if you can find a way to use this golden cross to your advantage whenever it happens. I think so far it's been finding a good level of support. If it can just break above that 50, I might sell some because I made a quick profit. But I might just keep some in there just in case it does move a little bit higher down the road, and having a pretty decent stop loss of like 60 cents, 50 cents, or just break even price for you if you buy right now, 73 cents. Oh, jeez. Yeah, these allergies are not going to be fun. ACH. Is this so bad looking? Get onto the technicals there. I wouldn't be trading this unless you know something about the fundamentals. It's about to have a death cross, first of all. It could still make a little bit more of a move going up here, but I don't see much value in buying this unless there's something on the fundamental level. It doesn't seem like there's much liquidity in this or much volume in something like this. The way the chart looks here, I don't know why it looks so weird, but yeah, I'd be careful with this. I don't like this too much as far as a trading opportunity for you, but Aluminum Corporation of China, be careful. Like, COVID's kind of doing a secondary wave, so you may see that hit this just a little bit. That's my concern. China has a no COVID policy, which means whenever there's COVID, it's immediate lockdown, testing everybody. You only get to leave your house like every couple days just to get groceries, and that's it. It's a very strict policy. If COVID spreads across China again, and I'm not talking about record deaths or anything like that, their policy is very, very strict. So whenever there's COVID, they shut it down immediately because of how compact everybody is over there. I'd be careful because you might see this have a little bit more of a dip because of from that news. And Dogecoin, yeah, Dogecoin I can do. Dogecoin's breaking down from it's a little bit of a flag here as well. You can kind of see Bitcoin doing the same. I'm looking at Dogecoin to have some support around 1375, so a little bit less than where we are now. But it is already breaking down below those lows that we don't want to break down below on Bitcoin side. So, right, we wanted to stay above this right here. We're already below, and this we've already broke down below it here, unfortunately. So be careful. You might see a little bit more of a pullback from crypto today. Bitcoin's only down about 1%, but you're seeing Ethereum is down 1.5%. Doge is down about 2.5%. Matic is down about 2%. ADA is down about 2%. Excuse me. And Man is down about 2.5%. Right? ICP is down 3%. So don't be surprised if some of these altcoins start giving up some gains here. Be careful and make sure that you guys are taking some profits if you want to. Right now, Dogecoin's getting, this is the Dogecoin minute chart. You know, since it's broke down from those lows that we didn't want to break down below, now you're seeing shorts take more opportunities off of this. And you'll see it with other coins as well here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's still coming down here bit by bit. Dogecoin just a little more volatile, of course. But over the next few days, you just want to stay above this trend line, that's all. Stay above this trend line, wait a few more days. A lot of altcoins are going to be having golden crosses pretty soon on the 20 and the 50s, not really the 200s just yet. From there, you could start to see some nicer moves where we start to trigger, start to do a little bit more of a higher move, where hopefully Dogecoin can reach back up to 16, maybe even 17 cents in next month. After that, we'll see how good May has been, because, you know, historically for Dogecoin, well, not historically, but last May, Dogecoin had a bad experience like the rest of the crypto market. So we're going to be hoping that it can have a nice surge and that it might run into resistance somewhere up here of 17 cents. And by then, the 200 daily moving average will probably be around that area as well. So if you wanted to buy right now, I think April will be a good month for Dogecoin going forward. And I would have a price target of anywhere between 16 to 17 cents, scale at 25% at 16. Have that as your ultimate stop loss after you break out above it. Until then, hope for 17 cents so you can sell there. Maybe with leaving some on the table in case you wanted to see a larger run going forward there. Oh, yeah, there Bitcoin goes right there, yeah. Yowza, look at this. Yeah, we did not like that 200 daily moving average. Now I got a lot of stuff on my screen very fast here, though, so let me go over here and do something. Whatever. There we go. Now we can see the shorts. 5.5 million shorted, 4.4 million shorted, 4.6 million shorted, and 4.7 million shorted. So about 20 million shorted, another 5 million shorted right there. So 1 shorted. Well, there's a pretty decent amount of shorts going on here over the last few minutes. Oh, that's 7 hours ago though. Let's see. But the liquidations over the last hour or last 24 hours they're pretty even. Shorts have a little bit less, less liquidations than longs, but it's pretty even so far. But so far we had what, like let's just call it 5. Let's call it 4.5. So let's call it 5. So 15, pretty much. 15, yeah. About $25 million shorted just now on crypto, and that's what you see right there. Now we've already kind of broken that higher low that we didn't want to break down below. So now there we go. Now you're going to see shorts into the market right here. We might get pumped back up a little bit, but we should be moving back down here to about $46,000 or so. Hopefully trying to hold here and then curling back up over the next few days leading into this weekend where we should start seeing more of a pump. But I think that it's not really a scary thing if you ask me. This is more of a buying opportunity for everybody who missed the buys on the breakout down here, or for those that didn't buy anything down here and they just didn't do nibbling, they didn't do anything, they just kind of like, okay, I want a buying opportunity. I think this might be it for people before we try to test out the 200 daily moving average again. There's no certainty that we're going to break out above it, but we did just have a breakout, so that's really good news there. Everybody's pretty hyped about crypto. I'd be surprised if whales have a lot of power, but we talked about this a while. This would be a bad scenario, but I hope it doesn't happen if they make us crash back down. But for now, I don't really see any major signs of this. Right now, all I'm seeing is them trying to consolidate a little bit more, and we'll use this as a buying opportunity for the whales. Look at me. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Second chart right here. And there we go. Okay. Hey, garbage. I think it'll be a decent hold for next month, but like I said, I'm gonna have a pretty decent stop loss on it, and I'm not gonna have too aggressive of a price target. I'm just looking for a couple pennies. Just looking for a couple pennies if you're looking for Dogecoin, which should actually give you a good percentage wise, but you know what I mean. I'm not gonna be hoping for 100% plus type of moves off of it. And hey, Tony, I have a video that talks about all the major differences here between these, between the different moving averages. But basically, I'd watch it for more details. I just put it out a few days ago. When you look at moving averages here, you have the simple moving average, the exponential moving average, the double exponential moving average, and you have the triple exponential moving average. The simple is the one I use. A lot of you guys use either the simple or the exponential moving average. So simple, let's say we have 20 candles and we have a 20 moving average. And you know that the moving average is calculating the averages and showing you where they are on the chart, right? Well, on a simple moving average, all 20 candles have equal weight in that equation that determines where the line goes. Equal weight. Exponential moving average puts a little bit more weight to the most recent candles and not so much weight to the oldest candles on that moving average, right? So far, so good. Now, what the double exponential moving average does is it just puts even more weight towards those most recent candles, even more weight behind them. And if you're looking at the triple, it puts even more weight into them. So a lot of times the moving averages will still have levels of resistance. They'll still cause little pauses in the price movement of a particular coin or a stock or whatever. But you have to use them for different ways. The standard ones are simple and double. I'd say those ones are the best one to use. But if you want some extra data in there, just look at the team and say, hey, have we broken out above this? Are we still below this? Hey, this is the first one that we may be going down, and so forth. I think of the simple moving average as like the standard big flashy warning signs, right? But like in a movie, when like let's say we're in a submarine and the lights go off or something like that, or a ship and you hear the alarms going off, you get that's like this. That's what I think of the simple moving average. With the triple exponential moving average, I think of it as like previously 30 minutes before the movie, you saw a screw pop off as pressure was building up in some compartment. It's that first little flicker of like, hey, what's going on here? It may be nothing, it may be something, but it's something you should be aware of. But really, when it starts happening on the demon, like, whoa, I'm looking at that a little more now. It's kind of critical. Hey, when I'm looking at the exponential, whoa, this is kind of weird. Uh-oh, something bad's about to happen. When the simple actually does something with the moving averages, then it's like, whoa, right? Bad. Weird way to look at it, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say as I say that. It's like if I were to do this very fast, we just saw Bitcoin take a little bit move down, right? Well, if I go to the 5-minute chart for all of these, and I go to auto, you see the 200 is still up here. The 20 just had a death cross a few minutes ago, right? No, you want chart. Just verifying this one of them was off here. 20 dead, 0, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. But you see how the 20 is all the way down here already? The death cross for the death cross on the 5-minute chart in particular happened way over here. Flashing warning signs, the death cross here with the 50 warning signs. We had a golden cross between the 50 and the 200 here. That didn't mean anything, right? So those mixing signals, they kind of tell you different things there. Golden cross, death cross, what's happening? Right? So kind of flashy sign there. Death cross here happened right around here after this little bit of a larger move. So kind of right around here on this chart, right after both of them. All right, so another little warning that something bad could be happening. Here on the exponential, you had death crosses, but they actually happened a little bit further behind, way back over here. And this gives you a little bit more of a warning, but it's like, it's actually a little bit better than both of these, if you will. If you would have sold this death cross, you don't have to worry about all this nasty stuff that we just saw here. And on the simple, we had a death cross here, big flashy warning sign right here, right before a larger drop occurred, Now, different time frames, different things are going to happen here, but that's why I always tell you guys, have a list of coins or stocks that you guys look at every day, and you'll see the patterns that emerge from those ones. And that's one of the reasons I gave you guys that trading journal down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, today I'm giving you guys a free trading journal that does a lot of math for you guys. It teaches you what you're good at and what you're bad at. Use it. But otherwise, you'll pretty much lie to yourself and not become good at trading. Right? So, you got to use it, but understand that, well, especially when we're at low time frames like this, there really is going to be a lot more mistakes. But as you get to more of the daily charts, that's where these are like much more consistent about how they act. 5 minutes, it's going to be a little bit more all over the place, to be honest. 15 minutes, a little bit more reliable. Hour, a little bit more reliable, etc. Right? Like 15 here. Death cross happened right here, simple, boom, right afterwards, a nice death cross move. 15 minutes here, death cross happened, I don't even know if I want to call it a cross or not, but something happened kind of around here, so you might use that. Otherwise, you might be looking at it way over here at the W, where we had a double bottom on the 15, broke out, and it moved up higher. That was a nice little day trade there. 15 here. What is this going on with this one? No, there it is, okay. For this one, the death cross happened way over here. There was a death cross over here, golden cross there. There's too many crosses, which makes it a little bit harder, right? And then right here on the last one for the double EMA, death cross happened way over here. This one actually wasn't too bad, even though ultimately we ended up having a nice little surge reversal, and then the double bottom failed out, and we came back down, right? So there's different reasons to use them, but take some time. The way I'd recommend doing it here as far as these, those moving averages, you guys, if you guys go up here, let me zoom in, because nobody ever really does this here. All right, you see this little button right here? It says right here, go to chart layout, make a new chart layout, or if you have another one, you can load it, but I don't think you guys, many of you have new ones. New chart layout. Name it whatever you guys want to, and you'll have a whole list, a whole new thing of charts where you guys don't have to, like, try to change stuff up on them all the time. There we go. All right. Now I gotta zoom out of this. There we go. All right, took a little bit of a hit. We'll see if we can get back above the 46,855 level. Let me go back over here and see, because there's another level of support we needed to keep track of. Oh, we came into the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, we already broke down below all that stuff. Never mind. I thought we might have tried to hold on to it for a little bit. Nope. I'll get that off now. I mean, I guess, what are we going to use now? No, let's keep it on. There we go. Still had this one at least. Hey Suma, how are you doing today's trading session? So far was pretty nice. I what do you called what did I trade today? Mostly just Apple. I didn't really trade too much. You guys know my mom moved in with me after she got back from the hospital after being sick for a couple months there. But the dialysis, like there are people that come and pick her up for me a lot of times to take her dialysis. They did a no-show today, so I had to rush and get my mom to the dialysis place to make sure she could get her spot. If you're late, they give it to somebody else basically. So that kind of messed up part of my morning. I went to Best Buy to pick up a new microphone for the camera here. So this camera has a horrible microphone. I bought a $150 microphone, and basically I ordered some batteries for it, but it's a microphone that I put on top of the camera, and apparently it sounds really nice. It's like it sounds really nice. So that way I don't have to record using this microphone, which is right here, and then try to cut and edit everything later on, which takes too much time. I prefer just to plop it on there, make my life a little bit easier. Money's there to make your life easier, as long as you have the money to spend it, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm trying to streamline my work a little bit more. I've realized I've been getting busier and busier with life stuff to help out my mom, and not as much time for YouTube, especially because I still need to keep on trading to earn a living. Because until YouTube is like that, really good level for me. But you know, right now it's not too bad. Not too bad of a trading day. I wish I would have traded more though. Oh, let's see right here. Hey, attaboy, do you think Doge being inflationary stops it from soaring higher, like $1? Yes, yes, yes. I don't know why they keep making coins. That's the worst thing for a coin that's trying to reach high after high after high. It's my one ding against Dogecoin. They keep making coins. I don't like that at all. My favorite coins are the ones that have a set amount, they increase demand, they're working on something profitable, like some type of, they have a good utility involved, and then from there people want to buy it, and they don't just keep on making more coins. That is my number one thing I have against Dogecoin, right? And now, Dogecoin's fine. It's good. I hold a lot. I want it to reach $1, then I'm gonna start selling it off at 60 cents, 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents $1, right? But that is my biggest knock on Dogecoin. They should not be making. I hate those type of coins that really just do it. I hate that specific point. I don't like it at all. So it really does irritate me quite a bit when I see stuff like that or see coins like that. Don't remember, the only reason I bought Doge was because it's on Robinhood. I understood that there was a market for those type of meme coins out there, and that eventually people are going to try to shoot this sucker up because it's on Robinhood, and a lot of new investors hop on Robinhood where they don't know what to do, and so like, oh, this thing is less than a penny. Maybe it can get to $500 one day, and I'll become rich, because that's what stocks do, right, with the lower market caps. But they have no idea how market caps work, and therefore I was like, okay, let me just kind of use human psychology to make money in that circumstance. And hey, Phyllis, look at ARC. Let me take a quick peek at it. ARCC. Let's see. It just broke out, and it looks like it's closed above the 50 moving average, so be careful. You may see some people buying into it over the next few days, and it might actually surge up to about, what was that, 3% return for up to about 21.74. Now, as far as options go, it's pretty cheap, so you're not going to see too much movement in the options prices here. You have a death cross, which is a little bit nicer for you. That may help you out over the next few days here. We got some news out today that there's kind of like peace talks in the work again. I'm not sure if there's really peace talks going on, or if the peace talks have stopped the violence going on in Ukraine. But I'd be careful with this, because this did just break out here. What you might be hoping for is that this turns into some type of double bottom, where, because you said you bought puts on it, right? Oh, strike. Okay, so strike calls. Okay, never mind. So you're in a good spot here. So if you're looking for I would start selling it. Well, for me, I would start slowly scaling at around 2150, and then if it keeps on moving up from there, you can definitely make some money from it. Or whenever you feel like you need to start taking some profit, you can definitely do that depending on how much money you have invested in there. Because I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it'll be close to. It'll be interesting to watch how it plays out. But it did just have a nice breakout. It also broke out above the 50-day moving average. It's just my caution about how the market's been looking over the past few weeks, right? I would be scaling out sooner rather than later, but you should be having some good profits closing into this week. Oh, I forgot I moved that one back over there, didn't I? There you go. All right. Hey, Tapas, happy Tuesday. I did hear about Robinhood doing extended hours. I was actually a little bit bummed about it because if you go over here and look at Hood, it's up 24% today. I did not buy nearly as much as I wanted to for my long-term holdings. I only invested like a grand and a half into Robinhood over the past few, I guess months now, right? Ever since it was like sub 15, I've been buying it. I like it. It's going to be good for Robinhood. I don't know how they're going to do it properly, but I'm happy they're doing it. But I wish I was able to buy a little bit more. This was something I was slowly going to load up on for my retirement account. If it comes back down the road, because of a recession or something like that, I'll be looking to buy more down here because I'm sure Robinhood is going to be a great long-term hold, and the market cap again is only at $14 billion. It's going to be a great long-term hold, but I was hoping it would stay down a little bit lower for a while longer so I can keep on buying some up. So we'll see how that actually works out in the future. See. And hey, Monica, I'm nibbling on Crow, hoping for a golden cross on the Crow, looking for a target price of 52 cents, 50 cents. What are the odds? Well, right now, because, let's see, Bitcoin taking a little bit of a dip for 52 cents. It might come back down to 45 cents before making another surge up here. Looking at a golden cross happening pretty soon, as we just said. Probably have a stop loss down here at 42, 45.25. If Bitcoin breaks out, you should have pretty good odds, but right now you're not really relying on the Crow's price action as I'm looking at it. You're mostly going to be relying on Bitcoin to break out above the 200, and that's really going to cause that surge up to 52, 55 cents, and I'd probably start scaling out bit by bit around 52 cents. Only a little bit to kind of cover that initial buy-in price if you want to. And then hopefully if it does break out above the Bitcoin breaks above the 200 daily moving average, from there you should see Crowcoin possibly actually go all the way back up here to 54 cents and maybe even higher than that if there's a nice surge for it. They do a pretty good job of convincing people to buy their coin with their excess cash, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw it actually get all the way back up here to 55 cents. But until then, careful with it. I don't know the pattern you bought though. What did you buy? This pattern right here on this breakout? Maybe that breakout right there. Yeah, but down here. Yeah, be careful with it for now. Hold on to it until Bitcoin really makes a big move, and that bigger move should happen sometime over the next few days, or day and a half now. If we go back over here to this Bitcoin chart, the heck? Well, that's fine. This is a 4-hour chart here. This is the trend line we want to stay above. Even if we break down below the 20 moving average here, I don't think of it as something really bad and crazy. We're just going to consolidate a little bit more and then have a larger move up down the road before we break down into this one, right? Consolidate a little bit more, have a surge. That's what the goal is here, and that's what you're going to be hoping for as far as Crow's concerned. But so far, we're holding the 20 moving average pretty well so far. There we are. Okay. Hello, Squisher. Yeah, 24 hours in the market, it should be fine. I don't know how they're going to do that properly, but it should be interesting. Robinhood needs to invest a bunch of money to stay relevant. They made a good first attempt app, but everybody came on and made a better mousetrap, so to speak, right? As they do on, what do you call, as they say on Shark Tank, whatever. But okay, everybody, I'm 4 minutes over my time. I'm going to call it a night right now. My allergies are kind of really ticking me off right now. Make sure you guys download that trading journal and the little tips guide thing I put below. Tomorrow I'll be back on around 6 o'clock, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to answer the members' questions first, because I feel bad since they're actually paying for this stuff. I'm going to try to find a way so I can answer all of you guys' questions first, and then focus on somebody else that doesn't, hasn't paid like the $1.99 a month or whatever it is right now. So I'll do that for you guys. I know I'm missing out some of the questions going forward because I'm answering everybody's questions instead of the people that are actually donating to the channel and helping it kind of grow, right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m., maybe even in the morning. I'm also getting ready to launch a newsletter starting maybe this week or next week once I figure out kind of which platform to actually launch the newsletter from. And then from there, I'll give you guys weekly updates on my favorite stocks, options, and crypto coins that are all looking for breakouts or golden crosses or death crosses or anything big news as far as like from a technical standpoint, and some world events if I have extra time for that as well. So maybe 1 to 2 newsletters a week, one focusing more on the technicals, the other one kind of focusing more on the news of what's going on and how you may use that to advantage in buying particular stocks like the energy sector versus the metaverse tokens and all that type of stuff. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, and don't worry too much about this little blip. Kind of wait to see how this week goes. It's going to be a pretty interesting week, especially because we're going to have to